The ReImagine CEO, Pauline Macharia, is here with me, and we are trying to achieve a human-centric digital transformation. We'll be highlighting that, but also taking a look at customer experience and why that is important for you. Let me allow her to introduce herself first, and then we can get into the details of this conversation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Richard. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you.
This early morning, and I'm looking forward to a good conversation.
Right.
A little bit about myself. I'm the CEO and founder of ReImagine Plus, an organization which focuses on empowering organizations to be more customer-centric for business growth. Why is that important? Well, who are you selling to? Ultimately, we are all serving somebody. Can be an internal customer or an external customer. So how do we make our engagements more customer-centric that we are actually achieving the end goal of what it is that we want to sell or offer as a service? That's what I do.
Okay. ReImagine Plus.
Yes.
It's a show of young people, so we're used to iPhone Plus.
I know.
Samsung Plus. So I'm guessing, was that ReImagine and then ReImagine Plus?
You know, when I came up with the name, the thought process was around, there's so much going on in the world. We have to reinvent, recreate. So I'm calling out and saying, let's reimagine our landscape. And that makes it unlimited. What can you imagine and make it a plus? If you're going to offer that experience, imagine the experience you're offering today. How do you imagine making it endless? Such that it is in a space where you're meeting your customers' expectations. In addition to that, customers are connecting to you. You know, customers buy because they have a connection. When you're offering that customer experience, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. When you offer customer experience, you're tagging at somebody's heart. Customers, they buy their funds. They give you their hearts. So what is it that you're offering that is connecting to their heart? If you don't connect to the heart, they will not stay.
Okay.
When you're offering a service, let's say, for example, you're running a car business. You just started a small car business. The service that you offer when the customer comes is what is going to keep them. You've connected to them at a family level, at a friendship level. You know, there's that guy you normally go to. That is what we're talking about here.
All right. There's a very human element in most of what you do. Why is that very key for you?
You know, in this evolving, there's a lot of evolving technology. Innovation is coming like a flood. But we cannot forget the human element. People buy from people. If as much as technology is good, it's to enhance the experience. However, this person wants to understand and know that you're addressing their need. What was my need today? Maybe I wanted a cup of tea. How are you serving me that cup of tea? Connecting to that person to that level in terms of you're offering them that cup of tea because they came in, they were thirsty, it is cold outside. They're like, oh, this was really thoughtful. They offered me a cup of tea. So connecting to that human element is what is important. As much as we're getting into technology, there are those people who prefer to engage at a personal level.
Right.
Yes. And it depends on the product.
I'm actually really concerned recently of how detached we've become on a human level, because with technology, with advancement, now we have bots to serve us as customer service. We have automated services. It lacks that human element, and I think it's important then, if you're doing this, that we, move back to our hearts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, whenever you are dealing with a customer, what are you selling? You're selling a customer promise. That customer promise is what people resonate with in your brand. So when you're offering that element of connecting at a human level, you're right, human level. Am I able to talk to someone? You know, after a while, you get tired of pressing 1, press 2, press 3. I need to talk to somebody. I am tired of pressing this button. Because sometimes you find that as much as we have technology coming in, yes, there is this what we call predictive analysis. It will analyze based on your last interaction. It will analyze and see, what can I offer? That is very data-based. That's one element of it. There's personalization. I want a personalized service.
Right.
It is based on my maybe how I shop, how I interact with that app. Then it will offer me the next best offer. What does that mean? Business will grow because there's that human element. I've tried to understand your needs. I've put it in the machine learning. Yeah. But there's also that element of like, have I been able to capture your heart in what I'm offering you?
Right.
Yes.
So I'm being assisted by technology, but also still taking care of your human needs.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
We cannot negate that.
I'm actually one of those people who, when I'm calling customer care, and there's actually maybe 5 or 6 options. It's like, if you have an issue with this, press 1. If you have an issue with that, press 2. I always skip all the way until I get to the agent part, because I know this is all automated, but I want to talk to someone. I want someone to hear my needs, even if they might not help me, but at least someone else does know what I'm going through. So let's get into it now. What is customer experience and what is customer service, and how are those different?
When you look at customer service, it's an assistant. So for example, you assist me up the stairs, that's an assistant. The experience is now looking at the end-to-end journey. See, like my journey here, from my house to informed how this interview will go. Because if luckily I had a good experience. And it's raining, when it's raining, everybody is not, how do you say, they're not, I think we forget how to drive when it's raining.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens.
Somehow.
Suddenly you're backed up and everything, so you have to plan your journey early. I planned my journey early. And as I was driving, the experience was good. There was no traffic. There was no accident. By the time I get here, I had my Google Maps. By the time I get here, I ask the askari, he tells me turns there. That forms part of my experience with Kenyatta University as I got here.
Right.
So what does that mean? Customer experience is every interaction you have with a product or service in that organization until the time you purchase. The first step is, how do you become aware of it? It's the marketing material. It catches your attention. If there's a number, a telephone number, or a social media, you go to the social media and now try and see what do they have. That is a journey. If I go through that journey, and let's say, for example, I go to the website and it's down, I'm like, this one not serious.
Yeah. Even if their product is good.
They're like, this one not serious. Yeah. So then you dismiss it. So with the young people, I urge them, as they're creating, you're very creative. We have very creative minds in this nation. We are the solution. The young minds in this nation are the ones who are going to bring solutions, because they're the ones who see these things every day. Have a way, as you're being creative, as you're developing your products, have a way that you get feedback. That feedback will inform the products that you're going to develop. And the what we call, there'll be elements of looking at the customer journey end to end, so that you can identify where are the pain points, remove the pain points. Where are the what we call wow moments of truth? Enhance those. And that will help your business to grow.
Right.
Yes.
Which brings me to the next question there. When I'm taking a look at all this as a business, it feels like I'm just pleasing my customer, right?
Yes.
It's all about the customer and all about them getting the best experience. But how does this help me? How does this help my growth?
In terms of helping your growth, let me ask you something. When you're running a business, why are you there? That's the first question you must answer. Why are you there? Are you addressing a need, or are you there to make just money? Money you'll make. But if you address the need of the customer in the beginning, they will now tell others, what we call word of mouth. They will tell others, referral business, repeat business. Yeah? So you don't want to be a one-hit wonder. You want to build what we call customer evangelists, the ones who will go and talk about your product in a positive manner to help your business grow.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a team. I've been running this business for a while now. We've all been about customer service, and then we leave it there. How do I shift and upskill my team to deliver a good customer experience?
I'm glad you asked that question. One of the things that makes a good experience, you see, customer service is part of the experience. What makes the experience good? It's the training you offer. Consistent training to empower the teams to be able to answer the questions quickly. So if, let's say a customer calls and they have a problem, are they empowered to give the right answer and offer the right solution in the shortest time possible? That is what customers are looking for. How do we achieve that? We offer training through my company. We offer training for customer experience. We also offer training for effective team leadership, effective team cohesion. You know, watching over the next person, being your brother's keeper in the office workplace. So those are some of the things that we do. And also the other thing is, as your organization is growing, it's important to scale up. So go back to the drawing board. Your strategy that you have in place and the customer experience strategy, are they aligned? Are they talking to each other? Breaking down the silos between departments, making sure that everybody is talking the same language. This is achieved when you have the customer-centric approach.
Right.
Yes.
So I have upskilled my team. We've broken down those silos here and there, and now we're delivering a customer experience that is worthy of our stature at this point.
Yes.
How do I gauge the effectiveness? How do I know it's actually worked?
One of the ways that you're able to measure if what you're offering is successful and the training was successful. One, it is basically the customer who's going to tell you. The voice of the customer is very important. That can be measured through customer satisfaction surveys, going back to the customer. And most importantly, we cannot neglect going on the ground and actually talking to the customers. How many times do we engage with those customers as the leaders of the organizations? And that's a challenge I keep telling leaders. Go and talk to your customers. What are they saying? Let's go on the ground. You know how they say, boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. Go and hear what the customers is saying. Those are them semakwelis. They're the ones who are going to tell you whether you're doing a good job or not. That's one. There's also the element of customer retention, that they're not churning, as in customers are not exiting your business. They are continuing to grow and buying more products. And that's how you find that you have the increased share of wallet. Because they're happy with what you're delivering, you're giving them more, they keep buying more, they're referring to their friends. And like I said earlier, you're building brand ambassadors for your product. So it even becomes easy to market because it's your customers telling the story.
Right.
Yes.
This is all possible both on the digital front and offline.
Exactly.
Okay.
When it comes to the digital front, this mobile, especially in Kenya, we can't live without this gadget. This gadget has you can build in surveys or questions to get real-time feedback. For example, when you're traveling and you want to go to a destination, where is the first place you go to? People go to TripAdvisor to find out what are they saying about this. It will inform your decision. Why did somebody write that? Why did somebody give feedback that they had a good experience or a negative experience? Now it's up to the institution to see these comments. It's power, it's a currency. It helps you to grow your business because you're listening to the customer, you're taking the voice of customer and changing the product or service to make it better.
All right, so it's possible still with the digital divide.
Absolutely. You know, the thing is, what I find is that when it comes to the digital divide, in fact, it's even more powerful. Because you have a wider base, it's data that is informing your decisions. So, for example, if you're innovating technology, the data that you're receiving from the app, because it's coming from the gadget, the data that you're receiving is going to inform how you're going to enhance this product that you're offering.
Okay. You earlier hinted just a bit about ReImagine Plus.
Yes.
We mentioned it and then umeongelea kidogo hapo katikati. Let's just talk about it now. ReImagine Plus, I'm walking in. What level of business should I be before I get to approach you? If I'm an SME, do I still get to benefit from what you offer, or is it how is it packaged for business?
You know, like I said, ReImagine Plus, I'd like to say it doesn't have boundaries in the sense that we cater for SMEs, we cater for corporates, we cater for high net worth individuals. Basically, we want to make sure that whatever you're offering, you're meeting the customer needs. And the advantage that I represent with this organization is that I have a breadth of experience all the way in Africa. I've worked in London, Singapore, and Dubai. Now I've brought that experience together, having worked also in other industries. So I've worked in the airline industry, I've worked in the telecommunication industry, I've also worked in the financial service industry, and also medical and security evacuation industry. So it's an environment where I can bring a lot to the table. So it's not limited. The most important thing is put the customer at the center of every decision.
All right.
And help organizations build their strategy towards that. You know, you find that, allow me to just delve into this.
Sure.
You find that a lot of organizations, they'll focus on the numbers. No, actually change perception, change narrative, focus on what the customer is saying, focus on what the customer needs, not what you think they need. And the only way you'll find out about that is that human-centric we're talking about. Engage with the customer to actually understand what do they want and offer them that. So that is, this is, it sounds easy, but there's work and thought put through it. When it comes to customer experience, there are also studies which have been done that 76% of CEOs are looking and investing in customer experience because they've realized that the only way we are going to survive in this ever-changing world is to make sure that our customers are happy and they keep coming back.
All right.
You find like even in Kenya, we have over 40 banks. What is a distinctive factor? It's the experience that you get. I'm sure you've interacted with a few banks here and there. And what keeps you going back to that?
The experience. Only the best experience.
The best experience is what you're going to cash in on.
Right. If I come and stay online for 5 hours just sitting on the bench, next time definitely I'm not coming. I'm going to the other guy who just has a 30-minute waiting period.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, time is money.
Yeah.
So it's also respecting the customer. Customer wants to be respected. Respect my time. Respect my money. Respect what I am doing with my money. It is not your money, and that's something we need to change our trajectory. Yes, they're bringing the money in, but actually without the customer, it's non-existent.
I've actually thought about it on a very micro level, like a mama mboga. You know, I'm going to the mama mboga who has already peeled stuff for me, rather than the other one who's just giving me, you know, a longer process. So
exactly, shorten your journey.
Right.
It's all about the customer journey. Right. It's all about the customer journey. This mama mboga, you know, there's in today's world, we want things very quickly. You don't want to go and, you know, as women, they don't want to go and stand in the kitchen. They want to make sure that everything is arranged and you quickly start cooking. You know, those are some of the things that the mama mboga will help us. That, and you will not go to everyone. There's
I'll
that
go to that
one
specific one. Even sticking to your baba.
Exactly.
You know, all those very small details really
Why do you
matter.
always go to your baba? Why do you go to the same baba?
The customer experience is the best. You know?
Why is it the best?
Because he ensures that my time there is excellent, pampers me, you know, there's after wash and all of that.
See?
Kuna mwingine ataninyoa nipake ndimu kama nimetoka.
So, I like your baba. Already he has an evangelist right here.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Yes, exactly.
You see, so I think, yeah, that's, then I have to agree because now I've already passed word to the next set of customers
Exactly.
who now will be excited.
Calls will be coming in. Who's his baba?
Yeah, sure thing. There's a very cliche statement that I wanted to avoid, but let me just bring it up. It's that the customer is always right. How do we contextualize this now? Is it about what they say? Because earlier on you mentioned that, you know, we need to do what the customer needs and not what we think they need. Is the customer always right?
Let me put it this way. Because service is very emotive, at that point in time, their emotions are valid. Their emotions are valid. Now it's for us to understand what was the issue, unpack the issue, and the way you unpack it is, you know, look, quickly do a root cause analysis. What is causing this pain for this customer? Sometimes you'll find there's a miscommunication, a misunderstanding.
It's nothing to do with your services.
No, it has nothing to do with your service. You did not communicate on time. I complained last week. You said you're going to call me. You have not called me back. You have not written back to me. I still not, let's say, for example, I'm still not getting my service. So in my mind, I am right. because you have not addressed my problem.
Yeah,
Do you understand? So it goes to appealing to the customer's emotion and the customer's need. At that point in time, I needed this service. You did not deliver for me. So as far as I'm concerned, my narrative sticks. I am right. You didn't engage me to understand my problem. You did not try and resolve it. There's no one getting back to me. It's like an abyss, a black hole. You understand? So those are some of the things when you look at that. I'm not evading the question. I'm saying, let's dig deeper to understand what is the issue. Now, how do you achieve that? The only way you can achieve that is you've empowered your teams to provide solutions quickly. In a very quick manner.
Right.
Yes.
ReImagine Plus is empowering teams for businesses, small or large. Are there a range of services that we can break down now? For our
yes.
yes.
So what ReImagine Plus offers is enhancing customer centricity in your organization. What does that mean? That simply means that what is the service culture of your organization? What are the service standards in place? If you're operating in a regulatory environment, what is a regulatory environment? You know, we also have the Consumer Protection Act. How does Consumer Protection Act play into your organization? You know, when you're starting and you're building your business, it's important to lay the foundation right. And this is what I help organizations do. So there's that element. There's also the element of building effective teams to work cohesively so that they are all working together and making sure that the service that is being offered is meeting the customer needs. And I keep emphasizing that. It's meeting the customer needs, ultimately meeting the organizational need. The other thing I offer, and we'll get into that maybe at a later date, is emotional intelligence.
Okay.
You will have a customer who's so angry. You don't get angry with them. Simmer the situation down, simmer it down, really listen, actively listen to what this customer is saying and try and resolve it.
Sisema customer ni msumbufu, customer anakuwa msumbufu achana
Exactly. Well, let me tell you, customer wakusumbua. Those are, let me tell you something, problems. Customer pain points are opportunities.
Right.
They're gold mines, because that's how we'll make your business better. You'll make the experience better, and naturally, customers will come in because now you've made it better. And that's why you find, like, for example, phone apps. Why are they always updating?
To ensure that your customer experience is always on point.
Exactly, because they found out there was somebody who complained, there was a glitch here, which is causing a lot of noise, and then people run into Twitter, so let's get it back here.
Right. For companies then who've been watching, small or large, again, how do they reach to you for these services?
To reach me, my email address, I hope they'll type it on the screen there. It's reimagineplus@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram under PW Macharia or LinkedIn. Inbox me and let's have a conversation. Let's change the narrative in our nation. Lately, we see the government has really been focusing on building and bringing new services. Who's going to implement this? It's us. Yeah, and we're here to offer solutions, all of us. Yeah.
Right. Speaking of the government, actually, even there's a recent launch of the universal health coverage, which will be bringing community health workers right to the doorstep. Even the government understands sometimes that, you know, it's important. Sometimes.
Let's work together.
Yes, that it's important that the customer experience is, on point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to access your LinkedIn profile here, which is actually very broad and vast, very, wealth of experience that you've had. It's impressive to take a look at. Young person who's watching, what can you tell them? What can you let them know?
Well, that question, that one I have to look at, because that for me, I pondered on it because I knew that it's something I want to leave behind.
Yes, please.
So when you look at it, from when I reflected on that question, one of the things that I felt is so important is around for youth to be successful. And our population, the last time I checked the statistics, we're talking about 60% plus are youth.
Right.
For youth to be successful, and I hope you're listening to me, it is critical that you master self-leadership. Self-leadership is what is going to get you ahead. So, because If you want to lead up, you must always lead yourself first. If you can't, you have no credibility. You have to build credibility, that capital that people want to hear your voice. Have you built that credibility? And the other one is that if you can't lead yourself, others won't follow.
Mm-hmm.
What are we using our mouth to say? If I can't lead myself, others won't respect me. If I can't lead myself, others won't partner with me. In this world today, we need partnerships. How do you build those partnerships?
Mm-hmm.
One of the key things I tell the youth is understand stakeholder management. You'll be dealing with different stakeholders. Understand the landscape that you're dealing with. Once you understand that, the rest is history.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's important to have a teachable attitude. Now, I'm in a university ground.
Yes.
It is important to have that teachable ground. Never stop learning. When you have that, never think that you've arrived. Nobody has arrived. There's always something new we're learning. I'm also learning new things every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Build strong relationships. See your customers as assets. They're not problems. They're your asset. They're the ones who are going to help your business grow. And remember, you are a blessing in your place of assignment.
Mm-hmm.
We all have gifts. We're here to serve a purpose. We are not an accident. We're created to be solution providers. What is it that you need to provide? What solution do you think you can bring to the table? Those are the things I'd like to send to tell the youth as they build up their
All right.
careers.
Let me then read a few comments and maybe one or two questions which might be coming from our audience.
Yes.
Before we lock anyone out. Engineer Francis Maina, loving the show and watching from Kiambu. Jilo Mamu, awesome show going on. Biashara Tuesday is always so educative. I've learned a lot on customer experience. Sanesh, it's amazing how the show never disappoints. Thank you for watching. Victoria's World, tuning in from Thika. The show is lovely as always. I have here with me as well Abuya, and he's asking, earlier on I'd seen on your LinkedIn where you said, I think it was something or a conversation you were having a few days back, and you said that on your post you said, today's customer is highly informed. And there's a question regarding that, and it's huyu ni emotional. So this is someone talking about a customer, the experience. Huyu ni emotional na ako wrong. What do I do? The customer is so emotional, but they are wrong. How do they handle that kind of situation?
In a situation like that, your customer is emotional. Yes, emotional. But remember, you have to take the higher ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a, it's not a contest.
Okay.
This customer is the one who's going to bring more customers. So as much as they're wrong, talk to them to understand what is it that they're wrong about. Can you recover what it is? There's something we call, in customer experience, there's something we call service recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Can we recover this service and turn around these customers? How do you do that? Engaging. Be the one who is calm. Also, that requires to have humility.
Mm-hmm.
Not to get into a combative. It requires you to have humility.
It's not a contest you want to win.
No. You can't win customers like that. It is all sorts of like, oh my goodness, okay. So, madam, nini ni mbaya? Nakusaidia namna gani? We always ask the question, how can I make it better for you?
Sema nitie manager. Mimi nataka kuona manager.
Manager leo yuko, how can I make things better for you today?
Okay.
And really try and resolve the matter. And when it gets heated, like for example, if you're let's say for example you're in an environment, you're in a hallway and it's getting heated, remove them from the hallway. Go and have a quiet conversation with a cup of tea, simmer them down, or even a glass of water, simmer it down. Be the one to simmer it down. Yeah, as you're resolving the customer's issue.
All right. Before I let you have your last word, I wish I had customers. So I don't know if KUTV is my customer or the people who are watching me are my customers, so that I could ask you to rate me on how my customer experience is like. But thank you very much for creating time for us this morning. We are hoping that later, because I had already watched an interview that you had with Tech Trends, who are people I also follow in the tech field, covering a couple of stories. hopefully sometime then we get more time to discuss on the human-centric digital transformation.
Absolutely. Just to touch a little bit on that,
Yes.
In the month of September, I was invited by Novacom Summit in South Africa, Cape Town, to come and talk about how customer obsession is a catalyst for innovation. So how do you come with that human-centric approach? Who are you creating for? That is the first question we must answer. We're creating for human beings. As much as we're doing it for technology, we're using technology, it's a human being who's going to use it.
Yeah.
So how do we make it very easy to understand? Are we engaging the customer, making it, humanizing it as much as we're getting into technology? So those are some of the conversations which are trending right now in the fintech space, which I'm very passionate about.
All right.
Thank you.
Pauline Macharia is the CEO and founder of ReImagine Plus. If you're a business and would like to enhance your customer experience and customer service as well, please reach out to her on social media, especially on LinkedIn, where you can easily find her as Pauline Macharia, and then let us know how that went for you. Thank you very much for having this time with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
All right.
It's been a pleasure, Richard.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Going for a short break. Remember to continue engaging with us on all the social platforms. I see Muthoni Mwangi loving the conversation. Bright Geda also saying great show. So I'll be back with more of that and the newspaper review panel, which is preparing to delve into the main headlines of the day today, and also a dissection into the developments in business. So don't go too far. I'll be right back.